Hello. Hi. My name is Crystal Johnson and I am a recent GDL student and I just finished. So I thought why not do a video explaining the process, the application, the structure, the exams, the services, all of it. All of it. So let's go. Don't ask me why I'm sitting in the middle of a hallway. The lighting is just really good here and it's a bit more quiet than the other rooms, so that is why I'm just chilling in the middle of a hallway. Yeah, what does the GDL stand for? The GDL stands for the Graduate Diploma in Law. It is a conversion course for those who are pursuing a career as a solicitor, a barrister, or whatever else you may want to be in life. Dream big, dream big. So obviously, if you want to go into law, you will need to have some kind of, legal education, hopefully. So yeah, that is what the GDL is. It is for the people who have non-qualifying law degrees, both in the UK and outside the UK. What? That took really long to come to me. What? Okay, so basically, I did English literature at the Queen Mary University of London. So I didn't have a law degree. I had an English degree, and now I need to have some kind of law legal training. So I did the GDL. We got there finally. We got there. Okay, so the application process. You will need to apply through lawcabs.ac.uk. If I keep looking down, it's because I have my laptop here. It basically have all of the information I want to tell you guys. Hopefully I don't forget anything, but yeah. Okay, so you would apply through lawcabs.ac.uk. You can't apply directly to the university, but you do have the option to apply to 3 different universities through lawcab. The first one will be the one that you obviously prefer to go to. It's basically the same as if you were in year 13 and applying through UCAS. I remember I had to apply to 5 different unis. Obviously, the first one was your first choice. It's technically the same thing. So what do you need on your application? So on your application, you need your personal statement, your information about yourself, your name, your home address, your number, that kind of thing. And you also need 2 references. I got mine from my previous employer and I think a family friend. No, I think I got it from, I think I got one of my references from my feminism professor from Queen Mary. So yeah, I got one of my references to be academic as well. What requirements do you need? So to apply for the GDL, a lot of unis do require you to have at least a 2-2 for your undergrad. I do know there are some circumstances where if you do have like less than a 2-2, they will consider your application individually. So if you have a work experience or some kind of mitigating circumstance, you can still apply, but generally it is a 2-2 that they require. Okay, so for this personal statement, you have to be more general. You can't tell the universities why you choose them because it's going to 3 different unis at the same time. So you can't really do the whole sucking up to the one uni kind of thing that you did before. Nope. You gotta be general. So just your aspirations, your experience, the GDL is self-funded. The student finance do not help with that kind of thing, unfortunately. So there are numerous ways that you could fund your GDL. If you are lucky enough, you obviously have a training contract by now that would pay for you to do the GDL. Some people are just that lucky. Or you could have your own money that you have just laying around. Your family, loans. Yes, so the GDL is self-funded. So if you do want to actually do the GDL later on, you should probably start saving from now. I went to ULAW. Did I say that? Oh no, I didn't say that. Yes, I went to the University of Law Moorgate campus, and I paid. I think it was 11,500. Um, so it is not expensive. I said that wrong. It is expensive. It is. But other unis cost a lot less. Um, so the price ranges from 5,000 to 13,000, I believe. It would kind of vary depending on the location of the uni. I went to the Moorgate campus of ULAW, and that was 11,500. But I do know other locations such as Leeds, Birmingham, Exeter, Bristol, like they cost 9,700. So yeah, if you do go to uni outside of London, it will be significantly less compared to like Moorgate or Bloomsbury. If you do go to BPP, I think BPP the price there was it wasn't. I think it was about the same. It should be about the same. But I didn't go to BPP, so I don't know the specifics or that kind of thing. I'm so sorry, but it should be online. It should be around the same thing. So yeah. If you do want to get help from student finance, you may need to do the MA law. MA law is I think it's a conversion course, but because it's a master's, I guess, in law, the student finance will help. The only thing is, once you have gotten help, in my circumstance, if I got help, if I did the MA and I got help from student finance, I wouldn't be able to get help for my LBC, because it's kind of like a one give, one take, like you can't do it all over again. So yeah, you have to really think about how you're going to finance your education. So yeah, if you are able to afford the GDL, do it. If you know that you may need the help, you should probably look into the MA as well. But I'm not very knowledgeable about the MA, so I'm probably lying to you right now. I don't know. Why did I choose ULAW and not BPP? So there are three main providers of the GDL that I know of. People usually speak about University of Law, previously known as College of Law. I should know this, shouldn't I? But yeah, University of Law, you have BPP and the City University of London. They are the three main providers. So before you choose one to go to, you should probably do your research. I did, and I decided that ULAW was the best for me. There are main things that you should look out for. Look at the students who are part of that uni and what do they say. If you can speak to them through social media, that would be great. Look at the services, look at the employability service, what kind of law firm connections do they have. It's just a whole lot of stuff. You may also want to look at the exam structure or the location. It all varies. So when do you apply by? So for ULAW, you could apply until the first day of the course. For me, that was the 13th of January 2020. But obviously, if you could apply earlier, the better, because spaces do go, so you don't want to be the person who applies last minute and there is no space left over for you. What about the chances of acceptance? Okay, so the thing about this is that these providers are all private, so it is essentially a business. So if you do meet the requirements, it is likely that you will be accepted. I don't know. It's likely it's very likely that you'll be accepted, because the more people they accept, the more tuition. So the chances of acceptance is quite high, I hope. How long do they take to get back to you? ULAW and BPP get back to you like that. It was super swift. Admissions team was on game. I got my acceptance in like a week. Like I said, they're a business, so they are going to be quick about getting in business, if you know what I mean. Okay, so the first day, it is obviously induction day. You will get to meet. By the way, I'm speaking about ULAW specifically because that is where I went. I didn't go to BPP, so I don't know the circumstances there or the process there. But this is specific to ULAW and my personal experience going to ULAW. Okay, so induction day, you will meet your tutor and basically the class that you're going to be in for the next 9 months. So it is a good time to really get to know the people that you're gonna basically be learning with and the person you're gonna go to when you have certain issues or help or whatever. So you meet a tutor on that day, your classmates. You also get to meet like the library service. They will give you a tutorial on how to use online library database. You also meet like the head of the GDL. It's just a whole day of just like getting accustomed to what's going to happen, who you're going to be around, and yeah. The induction day, you also get your books, and a lot of them. So on the introductory email, they will tell you to bring a suitcase. Listen to them. Please do not underestimate what they are saying because they know what they mean when they say bring a suitcase, because it's going to be a lot of books.
Would you like that morning?
This one book is so thick, and that's just contract law. Then you have your EU law. What's this one? Oh, that's just something else I haven't opened quite yet. This is going to be the materials pack. So I haven't looked at this quite yet, but I will soon. And then you have your legal method, your land law, criminal, public, equity and trust, and then you have your tort. And these are just like probably smaller revision notes, or oh no, the course materials. So we're going to be using these in what's that? Yeah, we're going to be using these in like the workshops and what. I'm going to show you all of the books you're going to receive. Okay, I can't even lift all of them because they're so heavy. So you have these manual books, these study manuals, for all 6 of your subjects, and they're quite thick if you look. Yeah, so they're very thick. I'm going to try show you all of them. Okay, if you want to build a muscle and the gyms are closed due to COVID, this is your friend. Okay, so this is what you will need to collect. Oh, child. Collect on, oh, that is heavy. On induction day. You also have contract. I forgot contract. You can't leave our contract. So you have all of these books all in one day to collect from the university. And not only this, oh, that is why you need a suitcase. You need a suitcase. You also get your your module guides for each subject. So for this one, you have, this is a taught. You have your course materials. This is planned out weekly. So you have what you will do in each seminar each week, the exercise, the preparation, all that kind of thing. So it's really good actually to keep up top of your work using this. You can keep organized with each week's work. They also give you a statute a statute book of all the relevant legislation, which is pretty helpful. For your statute books, I know that you can have these in the exam, for both ULAW and BPP. So that's pretty helpful. So yeah, that is the material that you will need on the first day. So please do not estimate when they say to bring a suitcase because you will need it. So now for the structure, I started the GDL in January 2020. Usually people start in September. So the structure of my course is going to be different than if you started in September. So for myself, the first semester we did tort law, contract, EU, public, which I think other universities call like constitutional law, and the fifth one was legal method and ethics. So that one was a multiple choice exam. It basically teaches you how to act professionally as a lawyer, how not to get disbarred, do not lie in courts, uh, keep confidential information confidential, don't exploit your clients, just the basic knowledge stuff. They also teach you about case law, statutes, just the basics you need to know about law to actually study it is where you're gonna learn that in legal methods and ethics. Ethics, you do an exam. No, you do a research paper, I think. In an essay, yeah. You do a 2,000 word essay, I believe, surrounding ethics in the workplace. And then legal methods was a multiple choice question. For my second semester, I did criminal law, land law, and equity and trust. And you also have the option to choose between a research paper and the law of organizations module. Law of organization is basically company law. So if you want to go into corporate law one day, that is probably what you want to do. But if you are especially passionate about a part of law and you want to turn it into a dissertation, the research paper is your friend. So the structure for each module. So you have your lecture, your seminar, and your consolidation section, I guess. So the lecture usually takes place after the seminar, which for me was a bit strange at first because during my undergrad, our lecture was first and then we had our seminar. This one is very different. You do your workshop slash seminar first. This is where you meet up with your classmates, a group of around, I want to say 15 to 18, and your tutor. And you basically go through the week's material. So let's see. So for contract, for example, one seminar will be focused on Unit 1, Subunit 1, which is agreement and contractual intention. And the other week will be based on, remedies or whatnot. In this workshop, you will get into groups and probably work through a problem question, share ideas, go through your preparation activity. So yeah, that's what the workshop is. It's more interactive, whereas the lecture is normal lecture. They will just basically speak at you. I find that the lecture is more so in our consolidation lecture instead of just like learning. It's basically recapping everything that you learned in the seminar, in the workshop. Studying the GDL, it is very much independent. A lot of the learning you do will be before you actually get into the workshop. So you need to read your each module first, do your preparation, your research, all of that, and then you go to the lecture. Then you go to the workshop and then the lecture. So if you want to do the GDL, this is pretty much the same as your undergrad, really. You have to be very independent. You cannot depend on learning stuff in the actual class. You more so need to go there knowing the information. And one thing about the GDL is it is pretty intense. You are basically learning 3 years material in 9 months, and it's pretty in depth as well. So it's a lot. It's a lot. So you need to keep on top of your work. I made the mistake of trying to actually using the half term to actually chill. Don't be me. Don't be me. The half term is basically the time you use to research and get on top of your work. You can't laze off on the GDL. You can't, because it is so intense. It's so much information. You have at least 6 to 7 foundation course modules that you need to be consistent. Don't do it. If you miss one module, you are way behind. Okay, so that's all I gotta. That's my warning to you. I'm warning you. So whenever you go to uni, you obviously want to know that you're gonna have good service there. You're gonna have good connections. You want to know that your university cares about you, basically. And I would say that I absolutely loved ULAW because of this. They show that they care in so many ways. The employability service, top notch. They get back to you like that. They're very detailed. I did send in my CV to them, and I was expecting like 1 or 2 lines explaining how I can improve. No, they sent me a whole 2 booklets, and just like editing, and it was so in detail that you know that they actually focus on what you want them to. They actually seek to help you. They also have a lot of connections. I think that was one of the reasons I went to ULAW, because they have a lot of connections to law firms. So you can have a lot of law fairs and just a lot of connections. With ULAW, have a lot of networking events. Obviously now because of COVID, it's been changed a little bit. It's more virtual now, but still they are still showing so much effort. This is not like endorsed by ULAW, by the way. This is my personal opinion. So yeah, it sounds like I'm advertising for them, but yeah, I do not regret going to ULAW at all. Even like more recently, they gave us a free subscription to Headspace. That's the app where you can meditate and look after your mental health. So it's like, what other unis are giving you free subscription to Headspace? You also get free subscription to stuff such as Financial Times, to keep on top of your commercial awareness. So yeah, this university, the service, chef's kiss. Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed going to ULAW. I'm probably going to go back there for my LPC. If you do want to go to uni, you should probably research before you go, because you are going to spend a significant amount of time there, not if in person, but virtually. So do your research. Okay, so I just realized I have somewhere to be. Okay, so I have to wrap this up real quick. Hopefully I have said everything I wanted to say. What else did I not mention? I mentioned the service, the structure, induction day, the application. So yeah, that's basically it. Is there anything else? Oh, also I know that if you are thinking to do the GDL, I think they are gonna scrap that completely next year. It is going to be, they're trying to implement a new way of qualifying. It is called the SQE. I think it's a solicitor's qualifying examination, and that starts in September 2021. I am not quite sure about the details. I'm not quite sure they even are 100% sure on how it's going to be implemented. So if you are interested in that, maybe do your research. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Good luck on the GDL if you decide to do it, because it's not easy, but it is so worth it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.